Hello and welcome everyone, my name is Slothcakes and let me tell you guys, it's been some time since I made one of these. And you know, just things have been here and there, and I tried to fit it in and pick a suit that I think it's good to go over. But you know, in the DP store recently, the suit just got added to it, and it's a very solid high cost general type. And that is the Gundam Unit 4. So welcome to Quick Looks, and let's start with the lore. Now the Gundam Unit 4 is from Mobile Suit Gundam's side story, Space to the End of a Flash, and what it is, it's part of the RX-78 lines, being the RX-78-4. It's an upgraded unit, the core block system's taken out, overhaul rehaul and auxiliary, and output with thrusters and overall weapon enhancements. And to know, the Unit 4 is this guy's brother unit, the Unit 5, is in this game. It's also in the DP store. It's very similar to this guy, just with one big weapon change, and it's also a raid type. But with that being said, let's jump into the numbers. The Gundam Unit 4 is a level 1, 450 cost, ground and space general type. The big things to know about its stats is it has alright durability, HP, beam, and ballistics is alright. Maybe a little low, but you're gonna survive. Big things to know is its low melee resistance of 9, a good range boost of 35, but a low melee boost. Now moving on to enhancements, we're looking at 1650, and its extra part slots is at 1650, so you're gonna have to wait some time to get those slots. But moving on to part slots, we're looking at 10, 12, and 10. Now for builds, I don't want to show you guys just my build, because honestly, I don't think I have the best builds. I'm probably not the best build maker. Actually, easily not the best build maker. So instead, I want to show you guys specific items that I think are very helpful, useful, or necessary for this guy. And what I think is very useful is beam weapon cooldown and focus down. Now for the beam weapon cooldown or beam reloads, or overheat reloading, it's because all this guy's weapons except for the Vulcans are beam weapons. And his beam rifle, his mega beam launcher, overheat fast. The mega beam launcher, one shot and it overheats. The beam rifle, if you shoot a charge shot, then try to shoot it again, it overheats. So the faster those things can get out of cooldown, the better for you, so you can start shooting again. Also, his sidearm it's very easy to rapid fire it, and it just fires all its shots consecutively. Now on to focus down. Your charge time is for your beam rifle and your mega launcher. The mega launcher has a very long charge time, so if you cut that down, that means you can fire it, and if you can fire it, you can get it to reload. Once it's reloaded, you can fire it again. It's just so you can keep on firing and keep on pressuring them at a distance, because like I said, you do good range to damage. But anyways, with that, let's move on to the skills. This guy has very normal skills, nothing super important to talk about. We're looking at dodge roll, high performance balancers, 2 melee swings, high performance radar, scope, observational data link, and quick boost. Besides the high performance stuff and observational data link, the other skills are very normal. But with that being said, let's jump into training mode and see what this guy can do. Now hopping right in, I just want to show you guys his movement real quick, you know, his forward, back, walk speed, his boosting speed, his dodge roll, all that stuff. It's all super standard things you should know. I just want to show you guys him in motion. But anyways, now with things like turning speed, he's a little bit slow for 450 cost, but you know, you're gonna have plenty of time. But moving on, he has a very large shield, and it has great health, and it's very big, and in all positions, it covers a good portion of you. But now let's move on to his beam saber, the further enhanced beam saber. It is a very standard Federation beam saber, normal swings. But now let's move on to his weapons, and one weapon we will not be covering is his standard Federation bazooka, because we covered that like a million times already. But anyways, let's just get it over with. Here's his head Vulcans, very normal, nothing too special, they don't really stun, and you can't really combo it that well with weapons. Now moving on to his better main weapon, the Hyper Beam Rifle. Now this is a very basic beam rifle. Key things to know is it's good damage, but other than that, it has a 15-second cooldown time, it has a 5-second charge time, and it can fire 3 consecutive shots before overheating. But if you're going to do a charge shot, you can shoot one charge shot than a uncharged shot before overheating. But like any other beam rifle, once it's charged it gets more range. But now what it does on a mobile suit, again very simple, it does do good damage, but you're going to shoot him with a charged shot, it's going to stun, and we're going to talk about combos at the end. Very basic weapon. Now moving on to the beam gun unit, which is a sub-weapon. It's a wrist-mounted beam gun. We're looking at a fast takeout time, a 9.5 second reload time, and you can fire 6 consecutive shots before overheating. Now the range of this weapon isn't that great, however the accuracy isn't actually that bad. Now I do recommend only shooting 5 shots if you're firing it consecutively, just so you don't overheat the thing. But anyways, for what it does on a mobile suit, one shot isn't going to do that much damage. However, if you can land a couple, that's nice, but you do see it has a stun. Now you're going to have to land 4 consecutive shots to get a stun, which is alright, and since you can fire it quickly, that's pretty nice. Now you can combo this in the Vulcans. This isn't that practical, but if you land the entirety of the Vulcans, it's only going to take 2 shots. And as for the beam rifle, if you land a single beam rifle shot, it's still going to take 4 shots from the gun unit to actually stun. Moving on to his most interesting weapon, the Mega Beam Launcher. This is a massive gun that does amazing things when it goes off. However, it has a 12, just a little under 12 second charge time. While you're charging, you cannot move. I recommend to be prone and zoomed in so you can get maximum damage. Now for the range, this weapon has an amazing range as you see. Now when you fire it, it shoots a large beam. Sometimes the particle effect doesn't happen, but I shot it, it didn't happen, but you see the target is blackened, so it did like come out, so that's fine. But for what this thing does on a mobile suit, it's actually amazing. Now like I said, it's a long charge time, you're always going to be far away. But the big thing is you have to land it, because you only get very few of them, because as you see from the reload time, this has a 1.5 minute reload. So I highly recommend beam cooldown. But I'm going to show you guys, this is a healthy RX-78, 450 cost, no mods on him, no mods on me, these are all base damage. You're going to want to aim for the legs, just because if you hit the legs, most of the time it's a leg break. Like, it's either legs on critical or you're gonna break the legs. But you know, there's like type advantage mods, their mods, your mods, all that snaz. But like I showed, all vanilla, that did half its health. That's very good. And I'm just gonna show you guys, I'm gonna put it on walking. This did break its legs in 1 shot. And like again I said, we have my mods, its mods, type advantage, all that stuff. But just know, you're gonna have a very high chance that you're gonna break their legs. Now another thing I found out while recording was not that this weapon pierces, which it does, so if there's enemies lined up you can hit all of them. It's that, as you see, the RX-78 has a shield. When you shoot someone with a shield with a piercing weapon, it does not protect everyone in the back. The RX-78 went scot-free, but the Gelgoog cannon got hit, which is kind of interesting. Now moving on to some combos, here's just very few. These aren't everything you can do, but it's a solid grasp on things. When you get a stun off the beam rifle, you can switch to the wrist-mounted gun, and I don't recommend overheating it unless you think you're gonna get the kill, just because now you're out of a weapon. But if you fire 3 consecutive shots with the beam rifle, it's only gonna take 3 shots from the wrist gun to stun him, which is nice. Another thing you can do is the very basic combo of stun, forward, and backswing. You know, this is a combo that anything with a beam rifle or anything with a stun can do. But let's talk about the beam rifle combo where you shoot them on the ground with your beam rifle. Now this guy can do it, but he will overheat its gun. As you see, gun's overheated, there's no way around this normally. What you can do is stun them with the beam rifle, shoot them with the wrist-mounted gun a few times, wait for them to get out of stun, then hit them with the 4 shots to stun, then do the beam rifle shot and backswing. However, that's not guaranteed and isn't the best thing to do. Now moving on, you can't really use the wrist-mounted gun when on the knockdown just because of like its rate of fire. And if you're gonna use it, I recommend not doing this just because you're gonna get one shot off, then the backswing. It does add some damage, but not that much. What I do recommend is if you want to use it, just stay at a distance and just unload the gun into them. Now they're gonna get up before you unload the entire clip, so it's not that great. I just get like 3 shots in. Another thing you can do is after the knockdown beam rifle shot, then shoot the rest of the wrist mounted gun, and that's a pretty good combo if you want to keep out of range. But with that being said, here's its counter. I wasn't expecting anything special, it's just a regular kick to the chest. And with that being said, thanks for watching. Now the Gundam Unit 4 is a solid 450 general type. It's a good mid-range fighter that has tools for all ranges, and if you're good at landing your shots, that Mega Launcher is easily a devastating tool, just because one shot from it, when it lands, is easily half health to a third of their health gone, and if you can aim for the legs, that's a guaranteed leg break. But with that being said, I hope you guys like watching this video as much as I enjoy making them. My name is Slothcakes, and have a good one. See you next time.